Scott Drew is going to have to sweat one out. It's Dylan Mingo, the 5-star guard from Lehigh. Might remember, VJ Edgecombe's alma mater. He is picking between Baylor and North Carolina mainly. Penn State and Washington are still in there. That decision was supposed to be Thursday. That was the 22nd. And he has now told a couple of different sites, Dylan Mingo told them, that that's going to be pushed back a bit. What's a bit? I don't know. But what I do know is this kid's a freaking stud. Like, big time. Top 5 recruit in high school basketball in the United States of America right now. Dylan Mingo, 5-star combo guard, going to do a lot of his scoring inside the arc. Not a terrific 3-point shooter by any means, but still a good offensive game. More of a scorer, I guess, than a creator. Can be disruptive on the defensive end. That's what the scouting report says. And he's big and long. He's 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan. So he's actually an elite rebounder at the guard position. He's going over 7 boards a game as a guard. And you know what? Watching his tape and hearing all these scouting reports, the name he reminds me of is Trey Johnson. Remember Trey Johnson? He was supposed to go to Baylor. Remember, I think his dad played at Baylor or his uncle played at Baylor. One of them played. I think it was his dad played at Baylor. I think I'm thinking of Liam McNeely's uncle played at Baylor, and he was kind of looking to circle back after he decommitted from Indiana, trying to circle back to Scott Drew, and Scott was like, I don't have much room. And so he went to UConn instead, another stud freshman. That was the year they had a couple of them here at Baylor. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Reminds me of Trey Johnson, who ended up going to UT, unfortunately, to play for Rodney Terry. Who wouldn't want to play for RT at UT? But similar game. You know, he wasn't much of a 3-point shooter, kind of had that long wingspan, and was a guy who could get to his spots and, you know, score at a high level without necessarily being a high volume, efficient 3-point shooter. And it comes down to basically Baylor and North Carolina. And still, if you had asked me a couple years ago, like, is Baylor going to be battling for 5 stars with UNC? Like, I would think that you were crazy. Crazy, right? But here they are. And honestly, if you're a kid who's a top prospect right now, a 5-star guy, and your ultimate goal is not just 1 year of college basketball, but your ultimate goal is playing in the NBA and being developed into the NBA and becoming potentially an all-star in the NBA, at this point, you have better luck doing that at Baylor than you do at the University of North Carolina. And that's not a joke. That's not something to get the people going. It's not provocative. That's true. Baylor has lottery picks every year at this point. They've got more guys in the NBA than almost any school in America. And the reality is, the North Carolina Tar Heels have not had an NBA All-Star in almost 20 years. Vince Carter was the last guy they sent to the All-Star game. They haven't had a top 5 pick at UNC in 20 years. That's crazy. Baylor had one last year. And oh, by the way, it just so happens to be a guy who went to the same high school as Dylan Mingo's going to right now. That's nuts. By the way, Colby White's having a good year with the Bulls, so maybe he's up there as an all-star for UNC. But it's shocking, man. It's been a long time since Carolina has put a guy in the all-star game or put a guy in the top 5 of the NBA draft. And really, like, the last time you look at a guy that Carolina actually recruited, developed, and was picked in the first round, it was Justin Jackson. That was 2017, man. Like, Baylor is much better in the 2020s at identifying talent and developing talent to get drafted in the first round and in the lottery than North Carolina is. It's still crazy to think about, but it's true. VJ Edgecombe, Eve Meese, Jakobe Walter, Davion Mitchell. You can just go up and down the list. Jeremy Sochan was a top 10 pick. Carolina's not doing that. Baylor is. So Dylan Mingo, you're going to probably play one season of college basketball because that's how it works. That's fine. But you want to be an NBA player being picked in the top 20. The choice is actually pretty clear because sure as heck, Penn State and Washington aren't doing much of that. Has Penn State ever done that? I'm not looking it up right now, but I don't know if Penn State's ever had a guy picked in the lottery. NBA All-Star, I doubt it. Washington, you did have a number 1 pick. Remember, we all remember Markelle Fultz. But if you want to be a lottery pick and be developed as an NBA player, the choice is actually pretty clear. You should go to Baylor, not North Carolina. Seems pretty obvious. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you every day on YouTube, dropping in the mornings, and wherever you get your podcasts as well. I appreciate you guys making it your first listen today and every day. We will see you on the next one, the next edition of your favorite show. Locked On Baylor.